Hi, this is Claire again, and this video is about tarot reversals. Today I'm not alone. My lovely little assistant is with me, my co-worker, so to say. Yes, but I think she will not intermingle all too much with it. She will go to sleep right now after being beautiful. So let's come to the topic, and this is really a very, very common question. Reading tarot reversals, how do you do it? I do not understand the books. They are very confusing at times. Could you give us a hint? And I will do my very best, because I'm a tarot professional, and of course I have stumbled across this topic too, and I have seen all the different and confusing meanings that are set for the cards, so I know what you are feeling. And in my experience, a reverse tarot card means the opposite of the upright meaning. You know? Some people, they tend to interpret it like this. The card upright is positive or negative, as it is. And if it is reversed, it has to be negative. But this would bring imbalance to the whole tarot. Let me explain why. In this case, you would have positive cards upright, and you would have negative cards upright, and then you would have positive cards reversed who turn to negative, and you would have negative cards reversed who turn to even worse. Yeah, so you see, you would have 3 negatives and 1 positive, so to say, and this would be an imbalance in the whole deck. We do not want this, and this is of course not the straight way to interpret it. I do not say against something against it, because there may be people who have made this experience for whom it is true, and I'm not for dogmas, you know. When you say, yeah, it has to be like this, and every person who says something different is wrong or so, no. It's more about respect. There will be people who have good experiences with working that way, but it is not the way I would recommend. Let's say it like this. So what I would recommend, in my experience, the cards are, when they are reversed, they mean the opposite of the upright meaning. So lots of positive cards get a little ditch, so to say, but negative cards can be diminished in their negativity. Yeah, they can be softened. Let's say it like this. So this can be very helpful. For example, let's start with an example, then it will be easier to understand. For example, if you have the 10 of Swords, it is very negative. Of course, it's an ending card. If you have not wished for a very sharp end in your situation, what might be, then this would be the card you like. But if you have not wished for it, then you would be very disappointed and sad. And if you turn this around, you will see something. The swords are coming down. At least everything gets a little bit easier. You can breathe again, yeah, to say it like this. So the cards really get softer at times. This is a very sharp card. And if it is on the other way around, it becomes softer, yeah. And I know many of you will have read will have read books about tarot, and many of you will have seen, yes, the author also interprets it like this. Yeah, upright is the original meaning, upside down is the opposite of the original meaning. But then there are some cards where the author goes another way, and I cannot follow it. It seems so confusing, because now with this card he is writing that, and this is totally different to the rule of the opposite. Yeah, and this comes from one thing, and I know this is very confusing to many of you. This comes from one thing. Every tarot reader and writer and author has his and her own experiences. So you start to develop like an own language with your cards. Yeah, you know, this card with me, it has also this certain meaning. It's always like that. And some authors, they forget to mention in their books that it is a personal experience with the cards they are writing about now. It's not a general rule, it's just what they have experienced. Yeah. So the reader does not know, is this now personal experience? Or is this a general rule how to see this card? And this can be confusing, yeah? So if you see, an author has always a certain rule to interpret the cards, and then with 1, 2, 3 cards, it is totally different. You know that this comes from his or her experience. I think probably it will be like that. Yeah. So don't be confused by that, because I know this point is difficult for many. Yeah. So of course we also have positive cards like the sun, shining sun, always a card of joy, of fun, of children, of blessings, of yes, of when you are shining from the inside, so to say. Yeah, all these lovely things. And of course, a card like this, when it's reversed, it gets like a little bit cloudy, to say to the sun. It's not that shiny anymore. It's like a bit dust on it, so to say. It's still shining, but it's not so lovely anymore. It has not this radiant energy. The energy is somehow a little bit blocked. Yeah, this would be an example. Or for example, the Fool. The Fool is seen very, very different by many people. Some define him as foolishness itself. Some see him as freedom. This is an interpretation I go with, especially when the cards around are very positive and strong and stable. Then I see him as a card of, yes, of freedom. And of course, when you want to experience new things, you have to go to the edge sometimes. It's like that, yeah. But when he is reversed, he can become really foolish. Then everything is upside down, and it's often about people who are having many ideas, and the ideas are great, but they will never work out in real life. Yeah. So this is about I don't know how you call it in English, airiness or something like that. When you are with the head in the clouds, and your ideas are even good, but they are not. You cannot put them in real life, so to say. Yeah, for example, another card. Let's have some examples that you get a feeling for it, you know. The Chariot is, of course, a card of progression, of going on. It's also a very lovely meaning that he has. It's about going on with your light sides and your dark sides. Yeah, the Chariot is drawn by both of them. In older tarots, these are two horses, a black one and a white one. So this is about going on with all your good sides and all your flaws. Yeah, so you still go on, and destiny is on your side. And of course, if he is reversed, this is blocked. You cannot go on that easy. It's the ways are blocked, or at least now is not the right time to do it. Yeah, the cards, if you have negative cards, it's not always that your ways are blocked forever. It often just indicates not now, do it later. There is a right time for everything, yeah? And to do the right things at the wrong time means just that you do not get what you want, yeah? Even the right things need the right time to be done. Yeah, another card, very similar. I have 3 of them here. Let's put them all together. We already had the 10 of Swords. Another one that is very similar is the 10 of Wands, and also the 3 of Swords. All of them are very similar when they are reversed. I hope you can see them. Yes. Now, let's do them one by one. Here, the swords fall out of the heart. Of course, this will never be a card of sunshine and happiness and all of these things, but at least it is a little bit lighter when this is around. The pain will dissolve. It will not be sunshine again very fast, but the pain at least will dissolve. The 10 of Swords we had already, the swords falling out. And similar, we have the 10 of Wands, the wands falling down. It becomes lighter. You do not have so heavy burdens on your shoulders. You can manage it better. You can, for example, give some tasks to other people, and everything will be easier. Yeah? And yes, I have 2 more. Let's do 2 more so you get a feeling for it. Judgment, for example, is coming. I say it like this. It's coming out of the grave, so to say. So what long has been hidden, what long was forgotten, parts of yourself you did not live, project that you said, yes, I will do it another time, maybe sometime, someday, I do not know. And all of this. They come to life now. Yeah, and this is why you get an energy push, very strong. This card is linked to the element of fire and tarot. So this is about going up and, yes, out of the grave, so to say. It's a strong word to say it like this, but you will know what I mean, yeah? And if this is reversed, people stay in their grave, or let's say in their in the situation you have already been. There will not be the big change, the big growing, the big waking up. It will be difficult to come out, to blossom. Let's say it like this. Grave is such a negative word, but when we see it like plants that come out of the earth or not, then we have a better picture for that maybe. Yes, also the Hanged Man. This is a card of sacrifices, but also of enlightenment. He has a light around his head. And of course, the situation is not very comfortable. So when you turn it around, at least it gets a little more comfortable. Yeah, he still has to sacrifice something. It's still not a free person. He is still attached to something. It's not so easy. But it is not that grave. Yeah, it's not like gravity pulling on you all the time. So this card becomes a little bit lighter. Yeah, these were some examples on this question. To repeat it, the general rule of the thumb is it means just the opposite of the upright card. Yeah, positive cards can be diminished, but negative cards can be also diminished in their negativity. Yeah, so I hope this helped you a little bit. And of course, to say something to this, you do not have to use reversals. Yeah, some people, they love to work with them. For some people, they say, and I tend to say this too, the whole world is already in my tarot deck. I do not need the reversals as an extra. Yeah, this is, for example, my opinion. I work with both things, but most often with the upright cards because I'm also an intuitive, let's say it like this, reader. So I need to fall into the cards, into the picture. I need to feel it. There has to be a communication, and this is very difficult when you use reversals. Yeah, then you have to go more about the head, the way of the head, thinking, what does it mean, and so on. This is not so natural. But you can choose. I know people from both sides, and they love their way. And so really try it out. Collect your experiences and then do it as it fits best for you. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and we will see each other in the next one.